For the first DIY, I'm going to be using this sign from Dollar Tree, and I went ahead and removed the stem from the top of it and then sanded it down so that I could get rid of the glitter. Then I went ahead and painted the whole thing with some white paint. I'm using these wood icons that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm using the bunny ones that remind me of Peeps, and I'm going to use all 6 of them. And here are the paint colors that I'm going to be using for this project, as well as for many of the others in this video, in case you wanted to know the exact paint colors that I used. So now I'm going to paint each of the little bunnies with a different one of the 6 colors. And I wanted to use pastel rainbow colors for this DIY. And now that all of the bunnies are painted, I'm going to glue them towards the bottom of the sign. And I turned the sign on its side instead of having it face up how it was before, so that I could fit all of the bunnies across. And I'm leaving some room at the top because I'm going to be adding something else to this sign. And I use my Cricut to cut out the word happy with some black vinyl, and I'm placing this at the top of the sign. And this sign is going to say Happy Easter. So for Easter, I put a single letter on each of the little bunnies. So I just made sure to cut out the letters to be small enough to fit onto the bottom of each of the little bunnies. And here is the finished Happy Easter sign. I really love how this one turned out. I think it might be my favorite thing that I made in this video. And next I'm going to use this wood circle, which was actually the bottom of a Christmas tree, and I'm going to paint it with some yellow paint, and I'm making this into a cute little Easter chick. And now I'm going to go ahead and paint on 2 light pink circles for some little cheeks for the chick. And for the chick's beak, I use a little tiny wood heart, and I cut the top of it off, and then the sides I also cut as well to form it into a triangle. And then I painted this with the coral orange paint that I used for the first DIY. And then I went ahead and glued the chick's beak on. And next I added on 2 small black circles for the chick's eyes. And I also added on a small little white dot in the corner of the eyes as well. I decided I wanted to add a bow onto the chick's head, so I used this lace ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree and made a small little bow and then glued this to the top of the chick. I wanted to give this chick a little bit more expression, so I added on some curved eyebrows to give it a little bit more character. And the last thing that I did to finish up this DIY was take these 2 wood hearts that I got from Dollar Tree, and I painted them using the same color that I used for the chick's beak. And these are going to be the chick's feet, and they serve 2 purposes because not only do they look super cute, but it also helps the chick to stand up on the tiered tray and not fall over as easily. So then I just went ahead and glued them on to the bottom of the chick, and that's it for this super cute little wood circle chick DIY. For the next DIY, I'm using this wood bunny that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to paint it with the light purple color. And I wanted to make this bunny look like a peep, so I added on 2 little small black dots for the eyes and then another small black dot in between the eyes for the mouth. And that's literally all I did for this DIY. It was super quick and easy. And for the next DIY, I'm using this wood sign that I got from Michael's, and I'm going to trace out a piece of this cute bunny paper from Hobby Lobby that I'm going to be using for the background of this sign. So I went ahead and cut this out. And I'm going to be Mod Podging this paper onto the sign, so I just applied some Mod Podge evenly across the wood sign and then added the paper on top. And for this sign, I'm going to be adding on these wood letters that I got from Michael's to spell out the saying hip hop. And I decided to add on this saying because it used exactly 6 letters, which is the same number of paint colors that I used for the first DIY. So I wanted to use the whole pastel rainbow colors once again. So I just painted each of the letters with a different one of the 6 colors. And once all of the letters were painted, I went ahead and laid them out on the sign and then glued them all in place. For this next DIY, I'm going to be making a trail sign for the top of my tiered tray. So I'm using some popsicle sticks to make this, and I'm cutting a point on one end of the popsicle stick and then a flat edge on the other end. And I'm going to do this for 3 popsicle sticks. And I'm using this larger wood stick for the sign, so I just spaced out these smaller popsicle sticks and then decided where I wanted to cut the flat edge because these are going to be placed on top. So I just kind of figured out how big I wanted to make the little signs. And for the bottom of the sign, I'm using a Dollar Tree tumbling tower block, and I went ahead and painted it with the pastel pink color that I have been using. And then I'm just going to paint the 3 popsicle stick signs with a different one of the 6 colors. You can use whatever colors you like, but I decided to use the green, the blue, and the purple. I'm going to glue on this larger wood stick to the bottom of the tumbling tower block to get this drying while I finish up the rest of the sign. And now I'm going to be adding on a saying to each of the pieces of this sign. So for the sayings that I chose to use bunny trail, egg hunt, and carrot patch. But you can use whatever sayings you want. I just thought that these sayings were really cute, and so that's what I decided to use. I forgot to press the record button when I glued on the individual pieces for this sign, but here is how it turned out. For the last DIY, I am making a beaded garland, of course. I don't think I've made a single tier tray that didn't have a beaded garland on it. But anyways, I painted a bunch of the wood beads with the 6 colors that I used throughout the video so everything coordinates. And then I strung them all on in a rainbow order with a unpainted wood bead in between each of the painted larger wood beads. And for the other end of the beaded garland that doesn't have the tassel on it, I'm going to be adding on a wood tag, and I'm also adding on this little happy Easter icon that is from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to be painting on like an ombre rainbow gradient. So the word happy will be the colors red, orange, and yellow, and then Easter will be green, blue, and purple, and then I just kind of blended them all together to create this nice ombre look. And then I went ahead and glued on the little happy Easter icon to the wood tag and tied this on the beaded garland to finish it up.